the girl a-running in a group. She had a high-speed motor in a 40 Ford coupe. She had a racing cam and a supercharged. Look at Buddy, hot rod at large. She's a hot rod. She's a hot rod. She's my hot rod.
Little talk we're going to have here, and I'm just beside myself, so maybe I should take a breather, maybe I shouldn't. But anyway, I have a serious note on autonomous driving. Last week, in a suburb of Phoenix, at Arizona, a self-driving Volvo being tested by Uber failed to stop and avoid a pedestrian and killed a woman. Granted, this woman was not in a crosswalk, but the car's sensors should have prevented this tragedy. Since that day, everybody involved and some who shouldn't be involved have social media and the internet screaming with theories and solutions. If the sensors work properly, it doesn't have to be at a crosswalk to know that there's somebody in front of it to stop. And the other thing is, if you were driving that car and you saw somebody coming close to crossing in front of you, you'd slow down and get ready to slam on that brake because you'd be watching. Unless, of course, you were texting. But here's the deal. Autonomous cars don't do that. They don't think like you and I. They can't think like you and I. Okay? And you and I can drive down the road and see a potential problem. Kids are going to run out in the street chasing a ball. You and I see that kind of stuff. The autonomous car has no clue. And it just stops when there's something in front of it. Well, if something jumps out 5 feet in front of it, it starts to stop. But if it was already doing 30 mile an hour, it can't. No car can stop on a dime. Not at that speed. But if it was doing 5 mile an hour like you and I would be doing, well, here's the deal. This gets to me. Automotive News reports that the human non-driver was distracted according to dash camera footage that full autonomous mode was not engaged, and the person that was supposed to be driving, the monitor, let's call that person a monitor. They watch what's going on and take care of things. Apparently they did not on this one. Uber claims that the vehicle had a female safety driver behind the wheel and the vehicle was in full autonomous level 5 mode. That's what Uber claims. Well, the federal authorities found that to be different. But, hey, who's right? We're going to find out eventually. You remember my report on the huge spying and software theft court battle between Uber and Waymo? Wow, supposedly Uber hired a guy to work for Waymo, or they planted a guy to work for Waymo, then got him back and stole a bunch of secrets and software technology, and Waymo said that was a patent infringement, and they went to court. And billions of dollars from Uber to Waymo changed hands. Uber ended up paying through the nose. Uber's not a nice company. They've had a lot of problems. Waymo is the autonomous technology company for Lyft. And it's owned by John Krafcik, something like that. John Krafcik. He came out last week and said, all right, here's the deal. If Waymo's technology, in other words, if Uber would have been as successful at stealing it, if Waymo's technology had been involved with this vehicle at this situation, that woman would be alive today. Is he right? We don't know. That's easy to say now. It's over. But guess what? It's something that you don't know, and I don't know. But you can't bring the woman back, and you're out there driving these cars, and you're testing. Leave your testing to the test track. Get off of our streets until that car is safe. Get off of my streets. Don't run my dog over. Don't run my kids over. Get off of my streets until that whole testing thing is over, and it's safe to drive, okay? I have some thoughts on this. Well, and I got to tell you something else. This is not the first death by computer in our car world. Tesla has killed one, Google's killed one, and several overseas that have been hushed up. One of them involving Tesla, of course. But again, there's no bad publicity about Tesla. Never ever. Elon's got some friends in high places, lofty places. Anyway, it will be very interesting, first of all, to see who sues who in this mess, as it is the first fully autonomous death to date. Level 5 is supposed to carry no driver at all. So this car was a level 5 autonomous. That's the top. Level 1 is the beginning. Level 5 is the top of the heap. You shouldn't need a driver in that car. That car should be able to go all the way across the country and never hit anything, supposedly. Well, I want to see who sues who. Who's at fault? The first words when we saw this on the news the other night, she who will be obeyed and I were sitting around having a cup of coffee watching the news, and this news of this came up, and she looks at me and says, "So who's liable for that, George?" I don't know, Sand. I just don't know, dear. We're going to find out, though, aren't we? You watch this case close, because we're going to find out who does what. I want to see a full and honest disclosure on the real reason for this high-tech misfortune. I don't want any more lies. It will shape my opinion on the immediate and long-haul future of autonomy. I've been preaching for 2 years. Too much too soon. Too much too soon. The race to be the first on the block continues to turn deadlier. I know. All new technology has cost human life. Aviation, railroads, my God, skyscraper building, suspension bridge building. It's all been there. We've lost lives progressing. But those were all things we needed. We needed all those things: suspension bridges, railroads, planes. I mean, it was an exercise in the future. But autonomous driving, do we really need it? Do you really want to give up your freedom of driving your own car? You want to give up the freedom of driving your own car where you want it to go and nobody knows where it is? Do you want to go to the drive-in movie or whatever and not have to tell mom and dad? I mean, Big Brother, the whole thing with this autonomous driving, the whole thing that bothers me the worst is Big Brother is watching. He's not only watching, he's controlling. It's unbelievable. Does the public really want this? Has anybody taken a poll? Do we really want autonomous driving? Autonomous driving claims it'll save lives, reduce insurance claims. They claim the public wants it desperately. Is that true? Really? Does that mean no more insurance premiums? What about that? Are we going to get a break on our insurance premium? I don't think so. They'll find a way to tax you anyway. You're going to pay insurance on your vehicle. They're not going to put Aetna out of business or State Farm or Allstate. I'll guarantee you right now. They're not going to put them out of business, that's for sure. What happens to the price of cars? This technology is worth thousands of dollars per car. So here's the deal. We're going to pay more for this vehicle, and we're not allowed to drive it. And it goes where we program it to, for now. For now. Big Brother is watching. I see some very possible new regulations coming out of this government we call government, okay? Especially the car business. Some new, well, hopefully we won't have all these regulations, but because they're going away. But anyway, okay, here's number one. We won't need to own a car or a driver's license. You'll pay by the ride, depending on how far you want to go, and if that car will take you. No more DUIs. Unless Big Brother allows this vehicle to go to a gin mill, then you'll have more DUIs. Don't even ask for a ride to the strip club or worse, okay? And I want to know one more thing. Well, us poor fat guys, Will we still be allowed to go to the donut shop? Come on. What if Big Brother says, we're getting rid of the fat people, we're getting rid of the smokers, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, and we're not going to take you to the donut shop no more because you're overweight. We're not going to take you to the cigar store so you can buy those good cigars. And of course, the liquor store is out of the question. We're going to take you someplace nice. The park. Isn't that wonderful? I don't want to go to the park. I want to go to the liquor store. Okay? Trust me. I don't like Big Brother watching. I just don't. And this seems to me like, my God, if Big Brother isn't watching this, autonomous driving and the woman dying and who's to blame, and I mean I have a lot of questions here, but I got to tell you something. I could go on and on. As you can see, I'm not a big fan of Big Brother control or even recording or just making records of what I do. It's my business. It's not his. Some of my railings may seem overboard, but let me ask you something. And this is kind of cool. And it was brought up to me the other day when I was at work by a consumer, a customer I was talking to. Have you ever, and I noticed this happened to me all the time, have you ever gone to Amazon to buy something and looked at this, looked at that, looked at this, looked at that, and never bought it? No, I haven't made up my mind. I'm not going to buy it right now. And then you go back to Facebook, and you're scrolling through Facebook on your page, and every other ad that pops up is the stuff you just looked at on Amazon. Think about it. You think Big Brother isn't watching you? Big Sales is watching you. Big Consumer Products is watching you. Just remember that. Oh, and guess what? Uber has canceled all of its autonomous testing and canceled all of their permits in California, Arizona, and Michigan. They've decided they're going to wait. They might want to wait until it's safe. Think about what I told you about Amazon and Facebook. Think about it. They know exactly what you're looking for. And they share it with each other. Oh, yeah. You think the government ain't part of that? Come on. Give me a break.